What up, TTC9 Empire? It's your boy, Mailman, the Lieutenant, back at it again. I'm probably gonna have to make two parts to this video, man. A part one, part two, because it's gonna be it's gonna be kind of long. I'm here to talk about the upcoming draft, and talk about who the Niners should pick, who the Niners should stay away from. Some guys that I like, some sleepers out there, and all of that. First off, let me go ahead and put my little 2 cents in on the whole deal about, it's been a lot of talk about who should the 49ers get? Who should the 49ers get? Should they get a wide receiver? Should they get a cornerback? Should they get an offensive lineman? Should they get a defensive lineman? Should they get a linebacker? All in all, and this and this and this and that. But I think the biggest thing has come down to either should we get a wide receiver or should we get a defensive back? And in my personal opinion, and I'll just state this, and like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. The 49ers in the first round should draft a wide receiver if there are three of the best available still there, which that might not happen. It's a good chance that might not happen, and we might have to go another direction. But my thing is, all this talk about getting a corner in the first round, my opinion, secondary to me was the weakest thing in this draft, and there aren't a lot of good. Well, let me say this. I'm not saying there aren't any good corners out there. To me, there are a lot of overrated corners that should not be going in the first round. Not to say there aren't any talented corners out there in the draft, but there aren't any corner. There's only one cornerback that is worthy enough to get picked in the first round. Maybe two. Worthy enough to get picked in the first round. And that's a lot of sleeper cornerbacks out there, But Trey Waynes is one. And to me, the other is P.J. Williams from Florida State. I know a lot of people talk about Marcus Peters and this and that and Jalen Collins. To me, Jalen Collins is highly overrated. That LSU secondary was just atrocious, and that whole secondary got beat like fucking drums. Jalen Collins just got fucking abused by Amari Cooper, who is definitely an NFL ready. Amari Cooper's the most NFL ready wide receiver out the bunch, and he just fucking abused Jalen Collins. So I don't even see what the hype about Jalen Collins is. He's very overrated to me. Marcus Peters has decent talent, but to me, he is not worth a top 15 pick. I would not, waste the top 15 pick on Marcus Peters. I'm not saying that he's a bad player, but when you got other guys out there, the 15th pick, that's pretty high, considering that, you're going to have better guys that are going to be more talented at other positions just sitting out there, and for you to go try to pick somebody like Marcus Peters, to me, that's kind of a reach. I think that somebody like a La'el Collins, an offensive lineman from LSU, if he's sitting out there at 15, that's a great pick. I mean, Alvin Dupree from Kentucky, outside linebacker, even though that isn't a pressing need for us. But if Bud Dupree's sitting out there, he's a better prospect than Marcus Peters. You have a few guys that are going to be sitting out there that are, are better prospects than Peters. So I wouldn't waste a pick on Peters, not at 15. No fucking way. Not that high, no. Now, if my thing is this, I've said this a lot, if Amari Cooper, Devontae Parker, and Kevin White, if they all get picked, if they all go somewhere and, Trey Waynes, it's because my thing is this. I do think the 49ers should take a receiver. And if Cooper, White, or Parker, and like I said, it might be unlikely that either one of those three fall to us. But if one of those three falls to the 49ers, we definitely should pick one of those three. No doubt. No fucking doubt. No question. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. We should definitely pick one of the three. But if all of those guys are picked and, you have somebody like Trey Waynes still sitting out there, you definitely have to go with somebody like Wayne's Den. I also like Brashard Perriman. And, I love Brashard Perriman. Even before he ran that fucking 4.25 40, I've been talking about Perriman as a great receiver. But once again, I don't know if Perriman would be worth the top 15 pick. I think that's kind of high. Definitely. Perriman's got some skill though. He's definitely got some skill. I think that he's a definite first rounder. Definitely. Another wide receiver I kind of like is a lot of. A few people been talking about him, but not a whole lot. Nelson Aguilar from USC, who kind of gives you a little double dose of returns and wide receiver skill. I like him too. I know a lot of people are big on Dorial Green Beckham. I don't think that he would. To me, 15 is kind of high for him. I wouldn't risk 15 on him. Like I said, if worse comes to worse, if Trey Waynes is gone, Amari Cooper's gone, Devontae Parker is gone, Kevin White is gone, and Lyle Collins is sitting out there, the offensive lineman, I wouldn't be surprised if we pick him. Like I said, I would try to get the best player available. We might even trade out. It's kind of hard to say what the 49ers are going to do with the 15th pick. But like I said, the wide receivers I like in this draft, of course, I don't have to be repetitive, but Cooper, White, Parker, Aguilar, I like his skill. I love what, Brashard Perriman brings to the table. I'd be okay with Dorial Green Beckham, but not in the first round. If he fell to the second round, I'd be okay with that. Jalen Strong is okay, but not at 15 for me. Jalen Strong is okay, and another guy that we interviewed, and he had a horrible combine, but if he is around late rounds, like 4th, 5th round, Stephon Diggs, I like what he brings to the table. I wouldn't be upset with him if he falls, way later. Some cornerbacks that I like out there. Let me talk about those guys. I think Peters is decent, but not at 15. I'm not feeling Peters at 15. Two guys. Like I said, I talked about PJ Williams. I really like PJ. Maybe not at 15. If we had like the 18th pick, I could see, PJ Williams. Like 18th or 20th pick, definitely I'd go with PJ Williams. But I like his teammate just as much, Ronald Darby, and I don't know why people don't talk about Darby. I like him just as good. Another guy that's really, really raw, but this dude's got all kind of fucking freakish talent, is Quentin Rollins, cornerback out of Miami, Ohio. Really good cornerback. And if he's sitting out there, like late third, hey, I say we should go for him too. So those, I'm just throwing some names around out there. I'll get into, as far as like some other things and some other needs I'll talk about. I just want to make a short video. Like I said, it's going to be a 2-part video because it's going to be long. But that's really all I got right now. TTC 9 Empire. It's your boy Mailman. I'm making a part 2, and I am out.